Welcome back to the Oddkast Podcast. Once again, I'm your host, Gary Gnu.
And I'm your co-host, DJ Black Hurricane.
And we're here to talk about hip-hop culture and everything that manifests in between. So, just to start off, man, how was your week, bro?
Man, it was actually kind of rough, but I'm just going through a little something right now. I ain't going to get into all the details, but I'm just going through something. Life takes you down different paths, and you just got to deal with what comes in it. So that's all I've been doing. Listen to a lot of music, getting my skills back up on the turntables. I'm alright on it. I'm not no DJ Scratch or Jazzy Jeff, but I aspire to those levels one day. But that's about it, man. That's about it.
Okay. It's always crazy at my job where I work at, man, during the day, but we ain't gonna talk about that. But I went to this. The good thing about the week is the weekend. So I went to this event yesterday out in Philly. Shout out to my boy Jay Brown. Went out there with Cuzzo. Shout out to my man Ski Dad and his brother AC Sativa. But it was called the Hip Hop Bar Crawl, 90s Hip Hop Bar Crawl, right? So the way it was set up, it was all these different bars in downtown Philly. I don't know, probably within like a 5-block radius, because you could walk to the different bars. And just going to different bars, and they had drink specials, so you know we in there drinking, dancing, and rocking to 90s hip hop. One spot had Bad Boy. Another spot had Boom Bap. Out of the 5, the last one we went to was probably the best one. He played like all kind of old school shit, old school hip hop and old school R&B, Stevie Wonder, all that kind of. You know, I want to thank you, Heavenly Father type records. You know, 70s. You know what I'm saying? What are you laughing?
I don't know what you mean by the thank you, Heavenly Father.
You don't know that record? I want to thank you, Heavenly Father. Yeah, come on, you a DJ, man. You don't know that record?
That's like a disco gospel song, right?
Yeah, but that's
it had a disco beat in it. I know
play that at the party, and people are gonna rock. Your mom gonna get up and rock to that.
I know,
your
my mom always
grandma
does
might get up and rock.
Every time
I'm gonna get up and rock.
Every time my mom turns on the car, that thing come on. Like, I want to thank you.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's fire.
Like, how many times I gotta thank your ass? Every time you turn on the car, I gotta thank this motherfucker.
But anyway, man, yeah. So it was a good time hanging out with the fellas, and yeah, man. You know, I think we need to get out and do more shit like that, man, as fellas, man. You know, and have dudes night out, man, so you can get that, get that male energy flowing through you again, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what you need to get through the situation that you in. You need to get out. You need to go out.
Hey, man, we're not trying
to boys.
Hey, man, we're not trying to put all that.
Have some drinks.
I ain't trying to. Listen, man, it's all good. I can
I know
this
it's
out
all
myself.
good. I'm just saying.
I'm a man. I'm always gonna be nice. I'm always gonna be good.
But sometimes you need to bond with your brothers to take your mind off things, man.
Yeah, they are.
But anyway, man.
Brothers are okay for some things. Not every day, no.
So you bought some records with you?
Man, I got about 6 of them here. These are all hip hop classics. If you're watching this, there's a chance you know these 6 records, but I'm gonna start with my favorite of them all, Gangstarr, Daily Operation. This is the original 1992 pressing, straight from UK. Because people who sell records like this in America, they tend to just overprice them to the highest extent. But people in Europe, they tend to be a little bit more lenient. So I look at European prices and European issues and stuff. So, but the record, man, this record is a classic. It came out in the pivotal time in hip hop where Brooklyn was like really dirty. It was setting off hardcore hip hop in many different ways. Yeah, Black Moon coming out later that year, but Gangstarr, Daily Operation, that started the whole entire hardcore aspect of hip hop. So, DJ Premier, his beats started to get a little more rough around the edges, a lot more stripped down beats. The samples were always on point. And even though there were some beats on this are very repetitive, like Bust Your Shit, for example, BYS. It's a very repetitive loop, but the thing that makes it all work is the scratches and Guru's voice, the flow, and it just all comes. The thing with loops is you gotta pick out something that's really nice because you want it to ride out. You don't want your person listening to it to just switch it off and go to the next record. Yeah, you want them to be encapsulated, and that's why you need a good sample. Even if it's a 1 bar loop, a half bar loop, a 2 bar loop, everything needs to be working out. So
Facts.
exactly. So
Bust Your Shit is actually my favorite record on
oh, really?
Daily Operation. I think you put a post up about Daily Operation, and I might have mentioned that. What's your
many
favorite?
posts.
What's your favorite?
My
record
favorite song,
off of here?
definitely.
Well, records, not just. I don't have just one, but.
Let's see. If I had to choose one, I would go with the Illest Brother, because
Gotta
you know,
be
got
the
the
Illest
Illest Brother,
Brother.
just to
Yeah,
claim
respect.
respect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All that's
Dun,
the Bill Cosby. It's the Bill Cosby sample, so that might
Okay.
ruffle some feathers nowadays. But back in '92,
Nobody
cared about that. I don't even care about it, man. But anyway, it was a Bill Cosby sample. It rides out, and then the beat switches when it comes to the chorus, and DJ Premier starts scratching in the chorus. And I just like the progression on the track, what Guru was talking about. You know, claiming respect. You know, you gotta get yours in the hood. You gotta do whatever.
Gotta be the illest brother.
You gotta be the illest brother just to get respect, and that might be robbing a motherfucker, slicing a motherfucker's neck up,
Or
doing
on the
whatever you
mic,
need to
or
do.
rhyming, because he
Or
said
rhyming.
gotta be the illest brother when I'm getting my mic checked.
I'm being more gritty about the situation, but anything goes when you're the illest brother. Let's just put it like that.
Right,
Yeah.
so let me this album when did this come out? 92? 92. So I remember I was in college. I'm gonna take y'all down memory lane real quick. You know I'm old. So 92. I think I was a freshman at Morgan State, man, and this came out. This was the soundtrack. Daily Operation was the soundtrack. I think he came out with Take It Personal, right?
Yeah, Take It Personal. Ex girl to the
Take
next
It
girl.
Personal. Had a video for that. Ex Girl to Next
I
Girl
had a video. I actually watched that.
was fire too.
And the thing about for a little tidbit, for Ex Girl and the Next Girl, all the girls in the video were actually Guru's actual ex-girlfriends.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they were his actual real ones. DJ
Okay.
Premier said that in an interview some time ago. So it's just a little interesting tidbit about that song or the
Right.
video.
And also on the back, you know, you always gotta have your crew. Always gotta have your crew with you. But if I could pick somebody out, I see J. Rue the Damager right there.
That's Premier right there. That's Premier.
Of course, Premier. I'm looking for the group home guys. I don't think.
That's Malachi right there.
Oh yeah, okay, Malachi right there.
And
Guru.
Dap, I know Dap somewhere.
Oh, by the way, rest in peace, Guru.
Yeah, rest in peace, man.
He,
Rest in peace.
But I don't see a little dap. There's a little dap on there.
See, the thing is, I got into Gangstarr a little bit late because it was like
There he
2012. I was 18 at the time.
In the corner.
Yeah, there he is, like hiding out because
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
little. He's
Yeah.
little because he's trying, he little, so
Yeah,
that's why
yeah.
he's so low.
He little dap. You know what? This was also back when like the weed marijuana smoke was kind of new in hip hop. You know, he had the song Take Two and Pass.
Yeah.
And that's when everybody was smoking Philly blunts and White
Phillies,
Owls.
yeah,
That was
Philly.
like that. That was that era. So a lot of cats had to have a little ode to marijuana record. But my shit on here, like I said, was Bust Your Shit, and also Soliloquy of Chaos.
Yeah, with the Ahmad Jamal sample.
Woo!
Yeah.
That one, and I don't think that song here. I'm Too Deep.
Yeah, Too Deep.
Oh yeah, Too Deep.
Yeah, that's one.
Too
It's the
Deep.
last song, the first song. Yeah,
Those scratches.
with the James Brown
Those
scratches.
scratches on, on Too Deep, son. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
yeah.
I tried to do that on my turntable. I'm like, how does this motherfucker do this?
Man, you fucking around.
I could do it, but that was back then. First one I got this record. So that was the first one.
And that's also was all produced by Premier, right?
Everything was produced by
Everything
Premier. Scratches,
all in
beats.
house. This is all no
all
5
in-house.
different producers
Because
on the record.
This was back before the Illmatic era, and
Right.
everything before Illmatic, you only had at least 1 or 2 producers on a track on
That was
an
it.
album.
Everything
But
in-house.
nowadays, you got 1,000 producers working on one song, not even an
Writers.
album. 1,000 writers, 1,000 producers. Somebody puts in a snare, they get a producer credit. It's crazy.
Yeah. What you
But-
got next, bro?
But we got a lot of bag goodies here, so we're just gonna pull out something random here.
Wow.
I know a lot of people know about this one.
Wow.
This is actually my favorite Tribe album, People's Instinctive Travels. A lot of people tend to go with Low End Theory or Midnight Marauders, but I'm a sample person. I like people. I like samples. I like when Q-Tip was experimenting on this album.
got a lot of them.
Even though if it's the first album, you tend to not experiment on the first album. Like look at the Beatles, for example. Their first few albums, they were pop albums, but as they progressed as artists, they tended to use more interesting musical production. They started to put more interesting compositions in their works. So everything started to turn a little bit more artistic, if you have to say that, because drugs were coming in. People's ideas and minds were in completely different universes, so it spoke all throughout the music.
Right.
And this was manifesting within all of that. And what you get is just a product of just pure creativeness. And it's my favorite Tribe album. So we're just gonna go with, you got songs like "Can I Kick It," which everybody knows it. If you say "Can I Kick It," somebody's gonna say yes, I can. Yes, you can. That's just a natural response if you're a hip hop head. You know what I'm saying? So.
Any other favorite records off here?
Man, I got. Let's see what we got. See, a thing with "Description of a Fool."
Oh.
Okay.
Good one.
I know it's a lot of people don't like this song because for 2.5 minutes
Why not?
because the beat just rides out.
I love that about it.
I know, but a lot of people are like, man, I'm getting bored. It's just a beat. But if it's a great beat, you should be able to stick around for it. I don't get how you motherfuckers don't know how to just stick by something that's dope.
Also, I just want to note, see, this came out during like the dance era, right? So he had that extent. In my point of view, he had that long extended ending because that's the part you dancing in that. Because that's a Roy Ayers sample. That's the record that Running Away. So that's the record that in the clubs got a lot of play because a lot of people in the house music danced off of that record.
Exactly. But this was a different era. This was in the early 90s. People weren't thinking about stuff like
house
that.
Music, that's when house music was rocking.
But lyrics, I know.
You know what I'm saying?
But still, a lot of people don't like this song. But that was one of my favorites, though. Also, we got to go with "Left My Wallet" and El Segundo.
Of course.
That's just I know every word on that song. That's just a classic. The story is funny.
That video.
The video was, it was an early 90s video. It was product of its time. There was a lot of dated stuff in it. The pants they were wearing, everything was just weird, man.
Well, you can't say that now because you see dudes still rocking dashikis and Jordans.
Yeah, but to that extent, though, it was all colorful. It looked so vibrant back then. It looked soulful. Nowadays, everything's just so soulless.
Yeah.
So, you got anything else you want to say about this?
Yeah, man.
Footprints.
Yes.
That's actually my... Yeah. Footprints are my favorite. The Stevie Wonder sample, the drums, and the Donald Byrd sample. I forgot what the sample was. It was a Donald Byrd one. How he made all the filtering come in. Oh, and the way the drums come in.
Oh, slamming on that.
Woo. It's one of, yeah. That was one of my... It's probably like the most underrated Tribe Called Quest song. That song has mad funk and soul on it, man.
So is it? How did you acquire this album? What's this vinyl? What vinyl do? A lot of people aren't.
This is actually the reissue. I really wish I dug this out, but finding albums like this in a record store, it's not easy to find. So I got this online about in 2012. One of my first records I ever got. There's water damage all over. You got a sticker here. It says The Source, one of the best 20 albums of all time. Whatever it says on it. Actually, I don't think it's that good, but The Source, they tend to get a lot of shit wrong anyway. How you gonna give Smith & Wesson fucking The Shining 3 mics out of 5? Like, come on, man.
Shining got 3 mics?
Yeah, I got 3 mics out of 5.
I can't remember.
That's bullshit.
I used to read The Source like the Bible.
Yeah.
But yeah, let me
messed up there.
See, I think when I touch the album, touch the item, it takes me back. But this cover was ill. But this shit came out. This was hype. This was like 90. I think I was in 11th grade. This was the soundtrack, man, to my life and a lot of people's lives during this time. Tribe. We first heard Tribe with the Jungle Brothers on Black is Black.
Yeah,
on their first album. And I was just watching an interview recently where they were talking about with the Jungle Brothers. They were talking about Black is Black. They said that Me, Myself, and I by De La Soul was an extension of Black is Black. If you peep how they was flowing on Mirror, Mirror on the Wall. Remember in Black and Black they was like in the mirror. You know what I mean? Like they same kind of cadence. Exactly. Just a little tidbit, little fun fact.
Little tip.
But yeah, my joint from the intro, Push It Along.
Pushing you.
You know what I mean? Lucky Lucian was fire. Footprints, like you said, El Segundo. Now, Public. Yeah, now boom.
It says Public Enemy. But it's a misprint.
It's always been a misprint, and I'm like, it's not called Public Enemy.
It's
if y'all look, but I don't know if that
A lot of these old albums, they have a lot of misprints on them because motherfuckers didn't care about hip hop. So
that song is one of them.
Oh wait, Public Enemy's out. Oh, that's actually Pubic Enemy, but that was Public Enemy. So they said, well, it's probably just Public Enemy. Fuck it.
Yeah.
So then just.
But the name of the song is actually the Pubic Enemy, and it's a song about STDs.
Yeah.
And
probably one of the first STDs. Other than Jimmy, that
a song, right, a song but it had a message, you know. Record had to have a message back then. So another thing about Pubic Enemy, when I bought this single cassette for I Left My Wild in El Segundo. The B-side of that was Pubic Enemy, and it had two different versions, right? So you have this album version that has that what's the guy? I forget the name of the fucking joint, but yeah, it's a different track, different beat. The one that I like is the one that was on that, and you can only probably find it on that fucking cassette. But it used the beat for what's that song? Roll Bounce.
Vaughan Mason.
Yeah.
Rock Roll.
Yeah, that's it.
That's Vaughan Mason crew.
I forgot that's the beat that he used, and he did the same. You know, he did the song over that beat. Now that I like that way better than that. I was like, what is this? When it came out on the album, I was like, what the hell is this? Can I Kick It was dope. And then the remix.
The remix was actually better with the Baby Huey sample, the drums, the harder drums, not just the Lou Reed sample and the drums, because that. To me, it was a very low energy track, but if you check out the video version on YouTube, way better. Yeah, it knocks harder, more energy. The Baby Huey bass line, it all fits together. So it has more energy.
Youth Expression is another one. The Marvin Gaye bass line. Yeah, that was Rhythm, devoted to the art of moving butts. That was raw. Ham and eggs, though.
I don't eat no ham and eggs.
I liked it, but I don't know. The ham and eggs is probably my least favorite.
I love that song. Come on, the Funkadelic sample. Come on, man. You gotta like that. You gotta like the Funkadelic.
And I remember one time I was playing this when I was living with my grandmother, with my nana, and she said something to me like, "Hey, Gary, you were playing a record, and he said that he went to grandma's house."
Yeah.
I thought that was funny. That she picked that up. Mr. Muhammad, that beat was banging.
That had the Earth, Wind and Fire saying "Party Up."
Yeah.
Party Up. Yeah.
That one.
And the cool.
Go Ahead in the Rain.
That was the Slave sample.
That was cool. But yeah, just about every track on here. Just about every song on here was a bang. This is when albums you can play this shit from start to finish,
and you'll never get bored of it. Never get bored of it. Well, I think a lot of people probably get bored at the end with the whole entire 2-minute outro, but whatever.
But it's like the perfect ending, man.
It is the perfect ending
to the album.
But people's attention spans are so shorter than it was back then.
Yeah. Now you probably couldn't. Now music is made.
People came and paid attention to a 5-second video on Instagram.
This is when you sat down and you really analyze and listen to music.
And like you said, it was the dancing era. People were getting up out of the chair. They weren't just grinding on each other. They were actually getting down. You know what I mean?
We weren't like this. We was dancing. We was rocking.
Yeah, they weren't.
You know what I mean? It was partying. Yeah. It was fun back then. You know what I mean?
But now we gotta move on to my favorite MC of all time.
Word, okay.
If you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? Road to the Riches, Cool G Rap, 1989, original pressing. This is actually got the gold promo stamp on it, so nice. It's hard to find. But yeah, I'm very proud. This is actually the first record I ever bought offline because you can't find this nowhere. Original pressing of this, Cold Chillin', you'll never find it anywhere. Yeah, so
Cold Chillin'.
Man, I gotta talk about Road to the Riches, the title track. He was talking about coming up, sweeping floors and coming up trying to get some money in the streets and being big time and then getting busted. If you see the video, he gets busted at the end from the FBI or something. They break in.
It was like the perfect like drug deal story from
some
birth, from when Tommy was born until his demise. You know what I'm saying?
Getting up into the business, just like a Scarface story.
Right.
You rise to power and then fall to power and then you get killed at the end. So.
Exactly.
Oh, but we gotta talk about Men at Work.
Men at Work. Yes.
How lyrical is that? That's probably the most lyrical song of the 80s. It has to be.
Yeah.
Because G-Rap, he was always a person. He never wrote songs. He just wrote freestyles until he connected with Marley Marl. Marley Marl instructed him how to make a song.
Yeah,
because all G-Rap did was write rhymes. He never wrote
rhymes. Probably 10 minutes long.
He never. Yeah. So
that's a lot of rappers do that. A lot of rappers.
That's what Men at Work
story.
was.
Yeah.
And it was just straight rhymes. His first verse was like 2.5 minutes. Nobody does that anymore. Straight just rhyming. Straight rhyming.
Yeah.
And it's all dope. All on beat.
G-Rap was fire.
Yeah, straight. Nobody could. Top. Number one to me. Number one. Everybody bows down to him. Even fucking Big Pun bowed down to him.
Yeah.
Fucking,
everybody got their rap style.
Yeah, everybody.
Gangster style from this guy right here.
Exactly.
Styles P.
Eminem even. The best rappers in the world.
Yeah, the best rappers always give credit to this
G-Rap,
guy, man.
This dude right here.
Sean P. I mean,
Sean P. Come on, man.
name anybody.
Even Rakim. Even the people beside him give praise to him.
He's your favorite rapper.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He could shut it down, man.
Cool G Rap. Nas, another one.
Oh, Nas, definitely Nas. The reason why Nas, what was the story? Nas and G-Rap, they sounded too much alike.
Yeah, that's why he didn't get signed. And Russell Simmons didn't sign.
Russell, because Nas was supposed to be on Def Jam, and he said, "Hold on, this motherfucker sound like G-Rap too much." Mm-hmm. So even Nas just took G-Rap up on his talent. He was like, "Yo, that's what I gotta emulate."
Yeah.
But it ended up, it all worked out for him because Nas is Nas. He got his own style and shit. So. Yeah, so
DJ Polo.
Yeah, DJ Polo. Actually, my dad knows DJ Polo.
Really?
Corona. My dad's from Corona. G-Rap's from Left Rack, which is it's right next to Corona.
Okay.
Cause Left Rack, it's like Queensbridge in a sense. There's a bunch of projects everywhere, bunch of brownstones and shit.
Right.
So
he's actually got riding boots on and
exactly got the Dookie chains and shit. You know.
Oh yeah, come on, man.
The Dookie
ropes.
The
man.
Dookie ropes, the straight '80s right here.
Like that was the shit. I had a fake one back in the day.
Yeah, the fake one.
Hell yeah.
Did you ever get your?
Because you didn't talk about it's a demo.
Oh yeah, well, I like the song. I like the original actually better.
It's a demo.
Even though that's the funky drummer on it, but
Poison.
Oh yeah, we could talk about Poison.
Come on, man.
You half of this shit too.
Poison, had the James Brown sample. I think that's probably one of the first records I heard off of this, man. This came out '89, so I had to be maybe 10th, 11th grade. Now at the time, G-Rap was not my favorite rapper.
Yeah, he was starting out.
This wasn't an album that I had that I copped. I was more Big Daddy Kane.
Really?
But
he had too many fucking soft ass songs. G-Rap had no songs.
Yeah, but G-Rap was hard. G-Rap was super hard.
Come on,
I fuck with G-Rap though. I Road to the Riches, that video. Oh my God, I watched that video. I taped it. It's back when I used to tape. I used to tape MTV Raps, MTV Raps, and
because it used to come on early in the morning, right? I never watched it. I was too young at the time.
Early Saturday morning. Saturday morning. I think 10 o'clock, and then they flip it to during the week after school and shit, 4 o'clock. But yeah, this was on. This video was in rotation, man. Road to the Riches, man. And yeah, man. G-Rap he was fire, part of the Juice Crew. Never really got his true, got his true cred, like got his true, props. I feel in the game.
Why do you think that? Because everybody gets praised to him. The biggest.
Everybody gets praised to him, but he
never blew up the way he should have.
I would say as far as sales.
Yeah, he should have got
fame and notoriety
out the ass.
But like, is he paid? Is G-Rap?
You know what I mean?
Is G-Rap like? I feel like he never really blew.
Yeah.
But he'll forever be one.
He'll always be one of the best people ever.
Best lyrical gangster rappers ever. Visual street cats. Fly English, his language, his everything he was tight, man. He had the ill lisp. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That made him sound even sicker, man.
Every time you hear him talk, it's like, how did this dude rap so clearly?
Yeah.
He had
a speech impediment, man.
But he rapped so, he enunciated every word perfectly.
Yeah, that's probably something
that's
he
very
probably
good
had
talent.
to work on.
That
lets you know his level of
Well, did you know that
mastery.
G-Rap? Did you know that G-Rap? He actually had like a brain. He needed brain surgery. MC Shan talked about it. He needed brain surgery. I think it affected his speech a little bit. I don't know if he had that speech impediment when he was younger.
I do remember hearing that.
Yeah, but MC Shan said he needed brain surgery and shit. They needed to drain liquid out of his brain and shit. So.
I remember, yeah. I think I saw that same interview, man.
Yeah, that was on Vlad or some shit.
Yeah, man. Rapping Polo.
Yeah, one of the best. Uh-oh. This is actually my favorite hip-hop cover of all time. Yeah. It's just so art. You look at the art on this, man. Look at the art. Look at.
Yeah, Jungle Brothers. Their first album cover was.
It was alright, but this is way better.
Yeah.
It was alright. This is way better, man. Done by the Forces of Nature. This came out in '89 too. Around the same time, 3 Feet and High Rising came out. Native Tongues. So this came out later in the year. 3 Feet High Rising came out March that year, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure they did. So in my opinion, I think this is a better, more rounded album than 3 Feet High Rising. I know I might get flack for that, but hear me out for a second. It's just that with all the skits that was on 3 Feet High Rising, it got a little bit overbearing, especially the sex skit on there. It was funny for the first time.
First time you hear it.
The first time. And then it's like, okay, now we got to skip it again because there might be children walking around.
Back then we couldn't skip. Back then it was a cassette, so you had to fast forward.
But there was CDs around though. Remember? CDs came out like in 84.
I didn't have a CD in that.
I mean,
88,
it was a luxury.
Anything I had was a cassette. Right?
I think it was a cassette.
88, 89.
Yeah. But I feel bad for those
90.
people. Yeah. But I think this is a more well-rounded album. It's just the songs are tighter on here. You don't got all the bloating skits and all the. I like.
I don't think there are any skits.
No, not on this album. I'm talking about 3 Feet High Rising. Mm-hmm. The album is a classic. It's always a classic. But this is just fits my soul more. Yeah. So we're just gonna go Sunshine, one of my favorite songs. Play this album on a nice sunny day like today. Your spirits will be lifted up like you will never believe. It's an uplifting album.
It is.
Very uplifting.
It is.
Very uplifting. Yeah.
Done by the forces of nature.
Sure. What You Waiting For is probably the biggest song on here.
What You Waiting For?
Yeah. What You Waiting For?
Let me see it. Yeah, it just came out in '89.
Yep. Same year as.
This was another album that was the soundtrack to my life, man. Maybe 11th grade again. A lot of good music was coming out during this time, man. 88, 89, 90 was some really a lot of strong hip hop came out during that time. But JB's Coming Through. That record right there.
Yeah, like
that song.
Yeah.
For the dancers, I mean, it was just always on the radio. I hear that song now, and
Red Alert probably played that shit every day.
Yeah, he did. It's still when I hear it now, it's like I hear it for the first time.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite.
JB's
actually, my favorite song is actually In Days to Come. I just love the drums on that. Just love the drum pattern on that shit.
Okay.
Yeah, but
doing
also
their own thing. They had the feature with.
The album version's okay, but the video version with How Can You Do It? To the music. I just like that version better because you said it was the dancing era. It fit the era more. Everybody was dancing. It was a nice upbeat, uplifting song, and it was just a nice song. It's a song you play during the summertime, outside, in a club. You get down. It's a nice song.
Feeling all right. I like that song too. It's one of those feel good records. Africa. He even scats on there, man. On one of his verses, he's on there scatting.
Oh yeah,
he's like, yeah. He's like,
it was corny at first, but then I got the whole thing after like 5 listens.
Also, with DJ Red Alert being Mike G's uncle, they always tell the story how Africa, Q-Tip and everybody didn't know that, excuse me guys, that Red Alert was Mike G's uncle.
Yeah, that's how they got into the business.
Yeah.
It's all about who you know. Just goes by, it's all about who you know, not your qualifications.
Right. And Mike G could have definitely used that to his advantage, you know what I'm saying? But he seemed like he was, more of a low-key kind of cat. Like, I don't know, I respect a guy like that more.
Who's low key? Yeah, everybody.
And the guy walked, Red Alert, my uncle, man, and he kind of kept it to himself. But when they needed his pull, that's when they called on him, gave him a tape, or let him play something, and Red Alert heard it and he liked it. But yeah, definitely a classic album, man. From my not my childhood, my teenage years, man. Whenever I think about this, it takes me back to.
I wasn't born yet. I was born in 1994, just in case y'all don't know. I was born in 94.
This guy.
Yeah.
What you got next, man?
All right. So we hope you enjoyed this episode.
So yeah, man.
We're gonna talk more about albums. We're gonna pull albums out from my stash at my establishment. We're just gonna talk about some stuff. We're gonna just bring some albums in. We're gonna try to tie it into a topic, whatever we see fit.
So I hope y'all enjoyed the episode, man. So stay tuned for more from your boy Gary Gnu and
DJ Black Hurricane. You can follow us on Instagram. I'm at DJ Black Hurricane on Instagram.
And I'm at Mr. Gary Gnu on IG.
This is a new tech production. This is a new tech production.